Cool, recording.
Let's go.
Perfect. Okay, welcome to the long-awaited episode 4 of Blazing Cast. I think the last time I did one was like, I know it was last year for sure. I don't remember the exact month. I think it was maybe like August or September or something.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
a
a
long
long
ass
ass
time.
time.
Everyone's like, "Oh,
Hope you
when's the
good.
next one? When's the next one?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, next week, bro. I promise. I got something."
Yeah, next week. Trust,
I'm
man.
like,
Next
I'm,
month, all my life, bro. All my
yeah,
life.
no cap, no cap, bro. But now it's actually here, and I'm not gonna tell anyone until it's actually out. Because if I tell everyone before it comes out, I'm just gonna not edit it for a little bit and whatever,
Yeah,
and not put it out.
yeah. Nah, I know.
But hey, if you're watching this when it's out, then hey, it's out. Just in case you didn't know. So so today the topic it's not really a question or anything. It's more just an observation and I guess a discussion of character trends in Europe at the end of last year. We have two, not really tier lists, but two, what's the word? Images,
Charts,
charts. Yeah,
right?
two charts that visualize the character representation in Europe towards the end of last year. One of them is the average character ELO in Europe. So that's like how good were the players of those characters on average, and the other one is how many characters, how many people played those characters at above a certain level. Um, so we'll introduce myself. Obviously, you guys, if you're something to you know me, I'm Enigma. I've been playing Blaze Blue for about a year and well, no, almost a year now, probably. I played it on and off before, but I'm sort of mainstay, like actually playing the game now and like learning and teaching and whatnot. I currently play Jin as my main, and my secondary is Aurelius. And yeah, I played Dragon Ball Fighters first, but yeah, now this is my main game. I played some other ones in
Okay.
between, but yeah. So, Villain, if you
Yeah,
want to
cool.
introduce
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, my name's Villain. A lot of people know me as Vivi. I also used to have some other tags in the past, but that's long forgotten now. I've been playing fighting games for like I want to say like more than a decade at this point. Uh,
Fucking nerd.
I'm old as fuck, bro. Trust. But yeah, nah, I've been playing mostly anime fighters, between Persona plus R, Exit and Strive
Mm-hmm.
mostly. But recently I picked up Blaze Blue in the last 2 years, I want to say.
Mm.
Been grinding that game out. I main Lambda 11 mostly, but nowadays I've been playing around Terami and Hibiki quite a lot.
Yes, sir. Um,
Yes, sir.
so yeah. So when did we get
And
introduced actually? Probably sometime in BBEO, right? Randomly.
yeah, nah, I actually remember our first interaction. You thought it was weird as fuck. You thought it was weird as fuck. Like I played you with my Lambda. I think I remember winning, and then you immediately went to the matchmaking chat and like looking for gays versus Lambda, and I thought it was funny, right? And then like you called
Dead.
me out for thinking it was funny. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember it exactly, but I can imagine me doing some shit like that. Cause back then I was mad salty at like anyone that was like I guess laughing at me trying to improve or some shit. But no, obviously you were that's not obviously I know that's not what you're doing now. But at the time there
Nah,
were a
it's
lot
cool,
of
it's
people
cool.
that are just like they take you trying to
Like
beat
jokes,
them
right?
like weirdly or some shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to get better and like obviously
Yeah,
obviously I still get
I
salty
get
and
it for
shit,
sure.
but you know. But yeah, no, I can definitely see myself doing that. I feel like a lot of people that I'm friends with, Moss, if you're watching this, he will attest to this. A lot of people who I'm friends with like long time in fighting games, all of our like first interactions are so toxic. It's so funny,
Nah,
bro.
hey man, shit happens, bro. Hey, nah, that low key, that's how you make like good friends. You
Low
feel me?
key, yeah. Like you, Moss, and C4, like all the first interactions between you three are like some toxic shit or like
Some
someone
toxic,
insulting the
salty
other or
shit.
like something like it's actually funny as
Nah, but
hell.
like low key though, at the time, like I saw it, I was like just chilling. You feel me? I was like, I know that's not what I meant to do. Like that's not the message I'm trying to like show to you, but like whatever, nah, it's cool. Like I get it. Like I've been like like early on, like I want to say like early 2010s, everybody was like toxic as fuck.
Mm,
So like I'm used to this kind of shit. Like it's cool.
yeah.
Like I don't take it that shit. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
Cool. So, So yeah, we met in BBUO, and then obviously last year Maho did a lot of work with beginner pen and
Yeah,
general weeklies and all that stuff. So he's been doing really well with like organizing events and stuff. So good job on him. And towards the end of the year, he also compiled these two charts that I have here, which are about, like I said, average character ELO and also the number of
average character
characters
in, yeah,
in
in
the
top
level.
it was it like 1400,
Yeah,
more than
1400.
1400 elo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so some context to actually, well, let's go to the first one first, and we can talk about
right.
context there. So the first image on the left that you can see if you see in my stream, or I'll just put it on the screen. Um, so this image, actually, maybe I should screen share with you so you can show what I'm
Yeah,
looking at
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Uh,
I'm assuming it's the first one, but like yeah, just screen share
yeah,
with me.
yeah. So the average character ELO. So
Yeah,
before we talk about the image, we just talk about the context of the image. So essentially, Maho runs a ELO system in Europe, and it goes up or down based on how much you win or lose, depending on if you play in a tournament, offline tournaments, online tournaments, or weeklies that he does on Wednesdays, the Benuri weeklies, or beginner pen as well, which is on Mondays, and also some of the Colosseum as well. The beginner pen is basically anyone who is between 0 and 1200 ELO points, and then above that you are like intermediate or whatever, or like out of the pen. You get a chance to like pen escape, which is like
yeah,
you play against a intermediate player. And then if you do well enough, then you go up and you don't go. You're disqualified from the beginner pen, and then you're like above 1200 like permanently basically. Then if you are between that level of 1200 to 1600, you are in just intermediate. You can enter weeklies, you can enter like whatever tournament, like it's you're free for all, whatever, just do what you want. And then 1600 and above is like the really, really good, like high level players. And these people are put into, or they can be put into if you like volunteer to join the Colosseum, which is basically like a high level only like invitation. It's kind of like an invitational essentially. Um,
yeah,
and for what for all intents and purposes, and it's just like the highest level players playing the best, like first two, then first three, then first five. It's kind of like wanted, but not exactly because there's not one person at the end every time.
yeah.
But
There's no like running
yeah, it's
champion.
not a running
Yeah,
champion, but it's a similar sort of thing where it's like the highest level to showcase basically. So it's
yeah, for
very
sure.
cool, very cool. Um,
Yeah,
so what we have here is the ELO levels every like 100 or so, sometimes like 50-ish, something like that.
yeah. On average, like 100, but yeah,
Yeah, but on average, yeah. So
yeah,
there's some nuances to it which we were going to discuss, but Villain did say he wanted to say a couple of things about the lowest level first of all. So if you wanted
yeah.
to, we start off with that and then we'll just go from there.
I mean, I want to say like for the most part, like the lower part of the list is like a just like a weird trend that I see that I notice. I want to say for the most part, it's either like very much characters that are very popular. So
Hmm.
you know, in Europe, Hawkman is very popular, right?
Yeah.
Susan is also very popular.
Hmm.
But then you have characters as you see like okay, you have Tager, you have Subaki,
Hmm.
S and whatnot, who are I would rather say that are for the most part simple characters, right?
Hmm.
Uh, and I say like beginners tend to gravitate to those types of characters. I would
Hmm.
say. I do think there is more nuance to the next chart that we're gonna talk about, but for the
Hmm.
most part, I feel like on this one specifically, it's just mostly just popular characters at the bottom, or traditionally characters that people think that are not the strongest, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, people that like people characters that people will tend to avoid, right?
Hmm.
So like you will see characters like for example like right above you have Bullet, below you have characters like Azrael in Europe we don't consider rate him highly,
Yeah.
right? Tager, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Kagura technically, depending on who
Technically,
you
yeah.
ask.
Depending on who you ask. If you ask me on Ice, we started slurring and shit. Why we hate that character.
Same. All my life I hate that character too, but like I'm not trying to discuss character strength right now.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
the
yeah,
point.
yeah.
That's not the point. Yeah,
Um,
let's move on though.
but it's interesting because so remember, 1200 is meant to be
Like the
so
low beginner, right?
yeah,
Or
the
like
low
beginner
beginner, right?
properly.
So it's interesting how because we have when I look at the bottom level, we have some very good players who play these characters. So for S, we have
Not for
Beijing.
sure.
He's pretty solid. He's out of the beginning pair, and I think he's like 1300 ish around or something like 1400.
I mean, yeah, no, we have Fish, we have
Yeah.
Neptune, who are also like very highly rated.
But to be fair, Fish and Neptune, I'm not sure if they've been playing in the. So this is the thing about the nuance of the chart is that there are a couple of players who I don't actually think are calculated that often on the thing because they're not very active
Mm,
in the weeklies and stuff. So
maybe,
we've got
maybe,
Fish and
maybe.
Neptune for S. For Plat, we actually have we have Zeeg, who I thought would have. Well, I guess he mained Hackerman, right? So I guess,
No,
but
he made Tackleman. Yeah,
right,
he
right.
mostly
So
subs platinum. Yeah,
but okay, so even then, Hackerman is also low, and we also have Cloud for Hackerman as well. So those two I thought would
yeah.
have pushed Hackerman a bit higher, but maybe in the next swap,
Is
maybe
that
we
enough?
might
Maybe
see.
there's just too many like beginners
Yeah,
right
that's
to
what I
play
was
off. Yeah, for
thinking.
sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll
Yeah,
see
no,
in the next shot
because
how many
like
there
for
are.
example like Susano, we have Omega who's decently high enough.
Yeah,
We have DLZ.
right.
We have like a bunch of guys who are technically high on the list, but
If the average is
there's
getting
also
brought down, yeah,
yeah, the average is just really brought down by all of these guys that are like beginners, right? And
mm,
who doesn't want to play Susano as their first character?
yeah,
Like, I get
yeah. A
it.
lot of people get into the game because of his character design, so I definitely get that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and then we've
for
got
sure.
Bang, who I only know two Bangs in Europe. No, three. Sorry, Nemo, Maho, and some other Iced
Manchester.
RT, Iced RT.
Oh,
So those are the
oh,
only
good,
three I
good.
know. But obviously Maho and Nemo are very good at the game, so you would think that
Yes, no, for sure.
theirs would be. I mean, I don't know if Maho actually ranks himself on the things. I
Yeah,
think he
I'm
does,
not sure myself. I'm not sure myself.
but Nemo for sure
I'm not
doesn't
too
play that often.
sure. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but like I'm not too sure if there's like in my head, Bang does not seem like a insanely popular character, right? But
Nah,
I might be completely wrong in that regard.
I thought he
So
would
I'm
be
not.
because of the story.
You
Well,
feel
I guess not a lot of people understand the story though or follow it.
maybe I'm like one of the people who's like barely heard about Blaze
Yeah.
Blue story, so don't take my word for this. So like maybe that it's that reason.
Mm.
Maybe it's like yeah, people just like the character, right? So they pick him up, right?
Possibly, yeah.
But like as for gameplay wise, I for me it's like somewhat hard to see like a beginner, right, enjoying
Oh
like
yeah,
Bang completely,
for sure. Yeah, mechanically he's
right?
definitely up there in terms of like links and stuff, and well,
Yeah,
so we're
yeah,
told
for sure.
by the Bang players. But
Some of them,
his combos do look
I
hard.
know how to do some bank combos. Yeah, no, some of them are pretty hard for sure.
Mm.
Right.
And then who else you have? So Kokonoe is an interesting one because in I think
Yeah.
in America this chart would be opposite for Kokonoe because there's like one which is Banana Ken, and he is obviously arguably top two, top three. People would say the best player
They're one of the
in
best players,
yeah, probably one of the
in the
best
West
current in America.
for
So
sure.
that's an interesting one. I think I know a couple of
Yeah.
Kokonoe players, and yeah, well, there's a
In
couple that
EU, I mean, it's mostly just I know like a lot of like beginner slash intermediate
yeah,
ones,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like was it Ram? I think was their name.
Yeah, Ram slash
Poyo.
Poyo. Sorry, Ram
Yeah.
and Poyo are two different people. I forget
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah. Yeah.
then there's
uh,
Garugamesh, who's a UK player. And
oh yeah.
then
No, I heard they started recently too, right?
yeah, yeah. So they're quite
Yeah.
recent. And then there's
Yeah.
Gyun,
And then there's Guillaume, who is
who
decent
just
for sure, but like, yeah, I don't think it's enough to like.
she
I
just
don't think
knowledge
their
takes
elo's that
people
high.
with the cross ups and the mixes. She cheats basically, essentially. So we don't count
You
her.
call her a
No,
carry?
no,
That is
I'm
true,
joking. I'm
man.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, it's interesting. So we got Subaki as well, who's not a very if we counted secondaries, I think Subaki would be much higher because Nezuko would carry her all the way up there, even though she's a
No, for
very
sure,
strong
for sure,
character.
for sure, for sure,
But I
for sure.
think that's
I
that's the
mean,
thing about the chart. It's like it doesn't count secondaries and stuff. So
yeah, no, I mean, you technically also have Daedron as well,
who?
right? So, Daedron.
Oh yeah, of
Uh,
course, yeah, yeah. But
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the thing. He's
yeah.
Mew as well, though. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah, no, that's the thing. I'm sure they're counting Mew for him, right?
Yeah,
But I know for a fact that he subs Baki and was it Kokono as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He
So
does. That's
like,
true. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like, if we count in Nezuka's, Tsubaki and Daedrons, I'm sure the character will be much higher. But hey,
Mm.
I mean, there's also Gura actually. There's also Gura. I
Yeah, he
completely
hasn't
forgot about
played in a
him.
while. That's the
Yeah, no,
thing.
they haven't played in a while for sure. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
But yeah,
I
no, like
wonder, I wonder how.
I wonder why it's for Tsubaki solo,
Yeah,
honestly.
even just maybe. Oh, I guess there's just that many low tier Tsubakis, I guess, or low level
I mean,
Tsubakis. There must be because even if Guro was the only Tsubaki, he would easily be 1600 plus. So there must be at least like two or three.
I can check right now actually what elo he has real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
He is 1567.
Oh, okay, yeah, so very close. So
Yeah, I mean close for sure.
yeah,
Like, but potentially it's not like enough to like bring the character up,
yeah,
right?
fair.
Similar situation with like Azrael, right? Because in Azrael up high we have like what Stardust, right? Stardust was like decently highly rated.
Stardust, Ray.
Uh,
I don't know who people class
yeah,
as Smudge's first character.
Smudge,
Is
I
it Platt?
think Platt. Yeah, I
Okay,
think they put Platt for him.
okay.
Yeah,
I know he's got
but
a couple
I'm a,
characters.
nah for sure. You know, he plays what Tager, Platt,
Yeah.
Azrael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
mini Nessica. But
Literally.
yeah,
So let's see. On the next level, we got Hibiki, Terumi, Amane. I yeah. These three in Europe, I can kind of understand. Like all the players that I know of, that I
for
think
sure.
of, these players are like solid, like definitely above beginner pen level. I can't actually remember any beginners that play these characters, to be honest. So
Uh, Beginners for Terumi, I do know like a decent amount for sure. I feel like Terumi's like insanely popular,
oh, very
right?
popular for sure, for sure.
Like very much like I want to say like for sure top four like most popular characters in the game.
I think so. I think
Like
it's
at least over here in Europe, right?
yeah. I think worldwide. I think worldwide, Ragnar, Hibiki, Terumi, and I would say Susan are probably the top four most played
Hibiki?
characters. Yeah, Hibiki was actually second. I think he was second only to Ragnar in like one popularity contest, which is really weird to me.
Oh wow,
It
that's
might have been
crazy.
like at the time when Attack on Titan was like super popular, and they were like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit,
nah. They're trying to
it's
shit, man.
Aaron,
I can play
bro."
as Levi. Oh,
It's
boy.
Levi, bro. I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
shit.
I mean, someone could fact check me on that, but I feel like I've seen sources say that like Hibiki won or came second in a popularity contest one time, and I was like, huh,
Maybe.
something like that.
I mean, it's for sure not the case nowadays, though.
No,
For
yeah,
sure.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but like at the time, I can for sure see. I mean, I know Friendrich and like a bunch of guys played Hibiki when he came
Mm,
out,
yeah.
right? So like I can see it. I can see it for sure. But like for me personally, like nowadays, Hibiki's like I wouldn't say like a rare character, but like for sure like the lower plate end,
Mm.
I would say, right?
So another one
But
on
like
this. Oh, go on.
no, I was gonna say like I think like uh Hibiki's placement is mostly due to what's her name again? Flacky. I can't really remember her name. Uh, one of the mods in BBU. You know who I'm talking about, right?
No. Do you want
Or
to
was
check
it
real quick?
Lackey. There
Oh,
we go. Sorry, I
Lackey.
just
Okay, cool,
remembered.
cool, cool. Yeah, okay,
Lackey,
I know
yeah.
you're talking
I
about.
tried
Flappy, bro.
to. I was struggling to try to remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
fair.
like, but like, yeah, Lackey. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
can do. I know they're like very high rated.
I see.
So I can for sure see them like bringing the character for sure like a little bit up,
Mm.
right?
I think the other one on this level that I think the other ones are on this level are pretty self-explanatory. Like I understand them.
Yeah,
The one that I don't
yeah,
understand is Carl. Actually, I guess we have when I think of Carl mains, I think of Virgilius. Um,
right.
not Fluffy. Who's the other? There's another Carl player that used to play a lot.
I mean, we have a. I mean, we used to have Padu, right? He's in
Oh
Undernight right
yeah.
now.
hmm
He plays Carmine in Undernight. We used to have Libron as well,
That's
right?
the one, El Byron. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Al Byron Libron. I don't know how you say his name, but yeah, we used to have him as well. I think they
Mm.
stopped playing the game for a bit. I mean, but right now we still have like a bunch of like Carls on the
Oh yeah,
back.
two
Like
S.
you got
Two S
two
is
S,
playing. Yeah.
yeah, two S, yeah.
He's solid.
You
He'd
got
be
two
really good if
S.
he keeps playing.
Nah, for sure, really good. You know, plus our player. The skills transfer very much into Blaze Blue for sure.
hmm
Right. Only reason why I got decent at the game personally, but we move
Hey
on.
yo, Torres, you gotta face, you gotta first tell him now, bro. You can't let him talk
Yes,
about you
sir.
like that.
Yes.
Um, and there's a
But yeah,
couple
nah,
there's a
like,
couple
what's up?
beginners as well. So that kind of
Right.
makes the average understandable. I think what's his name? I played him last week. Uh,
Nah, I'm sure there's like a couple like Carl is not as uncommon as people like to think he is.
yeah,
I would say.
yeah.
I feel like it's mostly due to his game plan being. Uh, don't crucify me for this, but I don't think Carl's game plan is completely too hard,
No, for
right?
sure.
At least
It's
what,
kind of
at least,
sold low key.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do think like once you get in, I feel like neutral is for sure the hard part, but like once
Yeah,
you get, it's very much, done. That's a done deal, right?
it's a one player character low key. Like if we're being
I
real.
mean, yes, yes. I mean, yes. There isn't much interaction going on there. You
Yeah.
just kind of have to
I mean,
ID,
if the call is good, there's not much interaction going on. Obviously,
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
there's no real reason for a card player to uh because strings can be gapless and have mix in them. It's like why would you leave gaps? It's not like Relius where you have to leave gaps to do mix and
Yeah,
then
not for sure, not for sure. With
bait the
Relius,
actions. It's like
yeah, for Relius, there's like a certain level of finesse to it,
yeah.
right? Although the finesse is definitely in your favor.
That's true.
It's completely
That's
fucked up.
true. That's
But
true.
like people like to say that, yeah, Relius finesse is, yeah, it's like borderline stealing type of finesse. You feel me?
Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it
It
is.
is what it is, though. But yeah,
It's like robbing a
yeah,
bank
Carl.
with like a handgun instead of a tank. You know, that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
comparison.
Yeah, that's literally the like you pull it up to the bank with a Glock. But yeah, it's like yeah, I could be robbing the store with a fuck though, right?
Literally. So yeah, we do what we can. We do what we can.
Yeah,
Um,
low tier bros, rise up. But yeah, I do think Carl for sure. I understand the placement. Makes sense. Hazama as well. Hazama, a, 1,000%, right? Very popular character as well,
yeah,
I would say.
for sure.
So like it's funny because I feel like a lot of people try to like gatekeep at the start. Like it's like, oh, he has the BNB with a two frame link, right?
Yeah,
But like, I'm gonna be real. It's not that hard. You just take one evening and you're fine for the
yeah,
most part.
yeah. People say that a lot about
Uh,
combos in Blaze Blue. I think there's only like a couple characters who actually have hard B and Bs.
yeah,
There's
that
there's a
hard
couple hard
BNBs, yeah.
links and like optimal combos, but B and Bs generally like are not
Yeah,
that
BNBs,
bad.
yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. No, I
um,
agree. I agree 1,000%. But
so
yeah, like for Hasama, yeah, I understand completely like the position he's in.
mm,
Like very popular character. I mean,
yeah,
we have top players like Rekvim. Who else? I'm trying to think. Besides, I mean, we used to have Lord Venom, right? He's on Street Fighter now.
mm.
But we used to have Lord Venom. We used to play a bunch back when we were still active.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's it.
Uh,
Man, I wish I was playing back then. There's so many players I didn't get to play who are onto different games now.
yeah,
Is what it is.
yeah, nah. I mean, yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. Like I remember. I think like last time we played, I got bodied.
Lord Venom?
No. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nah,
No,
I
last time we
I
played, I
didn't
think
see
I
that
got
board.
bodied. Yeah.
To
To
be
be fair,
fair.
I did get better since then, but yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was funny. Yeah, it was a surprise seeing him like getting top one in like every salty for Street Fighter. That
Mm.
was like a pleasant surprise.
Another one on
But
the list in
yeah,
this. So we talked about Mew. The next level we got Makoto, Lambda, Ragnar, which yeah, it makes sense. These characters are popular, but also the players that we have in Europe is not like they're not like
yeah,
ridiculously like super like the top level. But we do have some good players like Drave. We've got you for Lambda. For Ragnar we have Predoc, although I don't know if he's on a if he's on the
I'm not
back
sure
end of
myself.
this.
Yeah, I could check right now.
Um, oh, we also have
Uh,
Is Revelant in Europe or is he?
no, no,
He
no.
is Europe, right?
I'm quite sure. Oh no, I guess not. No, I just checked.
Oh,
Nope, he's not on the list. No.
okay.
Oh no, he is. He is. He is. He is.
He
He
is?
is. No,
Okay,
I
yeah,
just saw
cool.
it. Right.
So yeah, we've got
He
Revelant.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously we've got a lot of other players for Ragnar as well. We've got George. We've got Yuso. Well, Yuso is a Makoto player actually. And then
Yeah, you
we've got a
saw
bunch of other
nowadays is
ones. So
Makoto. You
yeah,
got,
so yeah,
but yeah,
those
that
are
are
pretty
rated. Yeah,
accurate.
for sure, those guys.
And then
And then
Izanami,
you have Black Lotus, Hey Halo,
yeah, Hoon,
uh,
Montez.
Hoon, right?
So those are pretty
Is
accurate as
Fuentes
well.
high up or no? I'm not too sure of the region.
Montes is, I think, around 1300.
Okay.
So
Yeah. But yeah, you have, I would say, like pretty consistent, like high level players.
for
It's
my
not just like a one case deal, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
or like so many of like the ones below, right? Like with Hibiki, it's only really like Lackey who's up there.
yeah.
Um, for Mu, it's only really Daedron,
Adrian, yeah. Oh, actually,
right?
Koyomi is actually also pretty good. Koyomi is also pretty good. I don't know if you've played them before.
Mm. No, I played him a bunch of times. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely not Daedron's level, but they're definitely like around 1300, like
Yeah.
1350. I would say like definitely
Yeah.
around like above where the average is at the moment. So it's
Yeah, for
interesting
sure.
to see.
Yeah,
And then
for
as an
sure.
army, obviously we've got Star, we've got Byakure, who's probably around like mid to high level, and then Star's probably like high
Yeah.
level. And we've got a couple like beginner players who play her as well. And then Lychee,
Yeah.
obviously we have the best Zach, who has forsaken
Zach, the
this
GOAT.
game. But obviously, there's also a lot of Booba enthusiasts who play her as well, so it makes sense her placement, despite Zach being
Nah,
like
for
one of the
sure. I
best.
mean, who else does play Lechi besides Zach? I mean, I can only think of
There's
right now. I
Pikaski
can think of.
or Pika Sky,
I mean, yeah, yeah, no, there's Pika for sure.
and
Yeah,
then there's
there's Pika.
well, Pika Sky is Lychee
Well,
Failing, but there's
Tenjime, right?
Tenjin. That's
Tenjime
it,
as
yeah,
well.
Tenjin, yeah. He's also pretty good.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can see that
yeah.
obviously.
What's in Scythe London? Also, like,
Scythe, yeah,
wasn't
yeah, he
Uni
was
play?
also a Lychee player. He's
Yeah,
forsaken us
yeah,
for Street Fighter and Uni, unfortunately, but
yeah,
yeah, he
yeah.
was also around there.
Yeah, I think I seen them once in ranked
Mm,
another
mm.
night. Yeah, nah, I think I played them
Um,
for sure.
then the higher
But
we
yeah,
go
like
is
all of these guys. I'm sorry, you
no,
go.
no,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was just really gonna comment that I feel like all of these characters that are in this list are like just you just had consistent, the high level players, right, or
Yeah.
like intermediate level players, right? Uh, less. I mean, maybe outside of like Ragnar's case and Mai's, I would say they're less so like popular,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And I feel like I do think Lambda's like popular, but like it's popular up to like a certain level. I want to say,
Mm.
right?
New is the
But
more
like
popular one,
Lam.
right? When it comes to
Sorry.
New is the more popular one when it comes to the Murakumos. I thought New was more popular than Mew. Than Lambda, sorry.
Uh, it's like a toss up. I will say. I will say
Mm.
it's a toss. We could talk a bit more in the next chart. I feel like the next chart shows it a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
better.
Okay.
But like yeah, I feel like all these characters are somewhat popular,
Mm.
right? For the most part,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they just have consistently like high level players. Like you have Chrono, you have me, and you have Hexanoid for Lambda.
Mm. Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
have Drave, just critical. Yuso, wait, owner. You have owner for
Only, yeah.
Makoto as well. Yeah, you have like a bunch of guys for all of these guys
Yeah.
really.
Oh yeah, we've got German mayonnaise as well for Ragnar.
Oh yeah,
Also
you
very
have German
strong.
mayonnaise for Ragnar. Ravelin, Predoc.
Mm.
Bunch of guys.
Very high
Bunch
level,
of
yeah.
guys for Ragnar.
Actually,
Yeah.
now that you mentioned those three, it's actually kind of. I would actually, with those three, when you mention those three, I think of Ragnar being higher than that. But then obviously, we remember how popular Ragnar is, and it makes sense
Yeah,
why he is third
exactly,
in the middle.
exactly,
So
exactly.
it
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
It's the same for Maya because you have Hey Halo, you have
Yeah.
Black Lotus, right? Who are like two insanely highly rated guys.
Hmm.
But I'm sure like that the placement is brought down due to like the popularity of the
Yeah.
character,
True.
right?
True. And
Yeah,
then on the top three, we have Renius, and we got New, Rachel, Noel, and then Valk, Celica, Naruto, and Taokaka. And it's funny because a lot of these characters, namely New, Noel, Celica, and Tao, most players will tell you these characters aren't good. Yet in Europe, they're at the top. And I think this is where the character specialist thing comes into play, where it's a mix of
yes,
really good players
yes.
playing a character, but also because
Being
there's not that
unpopular.
many of that character, the
Yeah.
character knowledge checks are, not saying carrying them, but it definitely helps to an extent.
Uh, I wouldn't go so far as saying that, but like because I feel like at one certain point of like a high level slash top level play, like I feel like it becomes less relevant for sure.
Mm.
But I would say that it's for sure 100% what you said before. That's where like the character specialist really comes along, right? Like the
Mm.
popularity is like non-existent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you maybe got like, for example, like Celica's case, right? you quite literally have like one or two guys at best playing her,
Player, yeah.
right? So obviously, like if one of them is good, right, the average is gonna be somewhat
Very
decent,
high, yeah.
right?
Makes sense.
Uh, yeah, same applies for Noel, right? You have Stuka, Ali, and
Yeah, Ali.
Sacred, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's like maybe like three out of like the five people that play Noel,
Yeah.
right? So of course, the character's gonna be very, very highly rated,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And then what's it
Same
called?
thing for new. Same thing.
Yeah,
Same thing for new. It's
Liam the
really just
Angry
Liam.
Man. Yeah, that's pretty much it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No,
Um.
I'm quite sure it's just
Oh,
him.
there's
Like, and
also
maybe what's up?
what's his name? Speedy Dragon. But I don't know if he's like playing
I
often
don't
in
know.
weeklies and
I don't know
stuff.
if they're in the
Yeah, I don't
in the
think
list or
they're in
not.
weeklies and stuff. So that makes sense why he's not why he doesn't bring it down. But also for
Yeah,
Talkaka,
for
we've got
sure.
Thunder and Nick as well. Who are two? I think those are the only two Talkaka players I know, and they're also very very good. Thunder's actually an amazing fighting game player in general. He's watching him play,
Yeah.
and he's such a good player, if that makes sense. He always plays the player in front of him, and it's always so
Yeah, no, for sure. He's just
amazing to
he's
see.
just fundamentally good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's not even
Yeah.
just fundamentals though. It's adaptation. Like it's genuinely how he
Right.
adapts to. Obviously,
Right.
that's a fundamental skill, but not really in terms of like I'm not talking like in terms of like footsies or like neutral or like
Yeah, no,
combos
for
or
sure. No,
anything.
no, no. It's just like the skill in which, of being there, right, in the
Yeah,
competition or like
yeah,
in the
yeah,
tourney, right? And just knowing how to adapt, what to do, right?
yeah.
What decision should I make at this crucial moment, right?
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
So it's and
Yeah, it's
then
something that you get like with years,
yeah,
in
yeah,
practice,
with
right?
years and
Yeah.
decades basically. And then to contrast, in the same category, we've got Relius, Rachel, Valk, and Naruto, who most people would also say, sorry, most people would say, as a contrast to the other four, are very good characters. Um, and the players that play them are also very, very good. For Relius, we've basically got Mattion and the main one, Sir Panda, who kind of, I guess, dominated
I
Europe for
mean,
quite a while, or dominated
yeah,
like
yeah,
at that level for quite a while. He played with Star and
yeah,
Nesca for a very, very long time. Won and also lost like
yeah, for
a
sure.
bunch. Valk,
Yeah,
I think, is only brought down because Kira doesn't play online tournaments. Basically,
yeah. I mean,
but
but their elo is like that's the thing,
yeah, yeah,
right?
his elo's still high.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean,
it would be
even
higher if he
then, you still
played
have
more.
Mocha,
Yeah,
right?
Mocha, Zoink, who else?
Uh, Mace of Hearts. You have Mace,
Yeah,
Mocha,
Mace. Yeah, those two.
Kiba, right? Zoink, who are all very, very, very highly rated,
Hmm.
right? And I'm sure there's like a couple guys like below, like let's just say like below the 1400s,
Yeah, there's a
right?
couple of Valk players that I
And
know. Noruv, Drive Zero.
yeah,
So I think
exactly.
those two probably average it out. I think that's probably where the
Yeah,
average comes from. So,
for sure, for sure. Maybe
um,
that's why like Valk is like the average is like it could be potentially higher, but
yeah,
right.
yeah,
The character is I wouldn't say popular, but like it's played. He's played for sure.
for sure, yeah. And then we've got
Yeah,
Rachel and Naoto, who Rachel, I think we base at the time that this was
it's just a
made,
lie.
we
It's just a
basically
lie.
only had one, which was Eli, and then
Yeah,
um, Naoto we had Asugi, we had Morph, we had Red Bar.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
was it those three? Is there one more or no?
That are top. I want to say so. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's just those three.
we have Jetbird as well. We have Jetbird as well.
Okay, yeah, Jeppa.
Yeah.
And then the averages, the ones that like average it out, I think were like Snipe. There's some other ones as well in the beginner pen. So
I mean, no, like Naruto. I know Naruto is very, very,
oh, very popular. He's
very,
definitely one of the
very.
most popular. Actually, we were talking
Yeah,
about
no,
top four popular earlier. Naruto might actually
yeah. I think
sneak up
Naruto's
there.
up there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Naruto might
Naruto probably
actually
sneaks in
should
there.
have just be up there for sure.
Yeah,
Like Naruto, I know for a fact that there's like I can think of like maybe like 10 people that play him in EU
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure,
yeah. Very, very popular
which is
character.
like more than most characters.
Probably
For sure, more
at the
than most
current time,
characters,
yeah,
right?
I definitely think he's one of the highest played. And then
Yeah,
obviously, so this was the whole scale from like top to bottom. Um,
right.
and then when it comes to the second image, oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on a second. When it comes to the second image, we've got. Let me change the screen that I'm sharing with you. Change windows. There we go. So
Okay.
yeah, here we've got now the
Oh,
number of
we
characters.
Lambda up there?
Yeah,
Yes,
Nam
sir.
Lambda's up there, Nine is up there, Bullet's up there. So these are like the popular, and obviously Naruto, which is we were talking about, the definitely the most popular. But this is
Yeah,
only at 1400 and above, so this doesn't take into
right.
account some like beginner pen and then
Like
some like
lower
a little bit
level,
higher.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, um, so this is not a full picture of how it is relates to the first one, but it's it will give us a decent enough idea, I think. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
so the bombs, like we did said, probably the one here is Gura. But we do have a couple like below that as well, like that aren't
Yeah,
above 1400. Um, this one here for Relius is a Panda for sure.
yeah.
Um,
For Taker, I'm a bit confused because we have
Dennis,
Dennis
Dennis,
for sure, and we have Nessica,
yeah.
and we have I feel like we had one more, but I can't remember the name right now. I might be tripping.
Hmm.
I might just straight up be tripping.
Hmm.
But yeah, I thought we at least had like three, solid Taker players. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong, right?
Hmm.
Maybe they don't count Nessica because he plays so many characters, right?
Yeah, I don't think they would count. I think Nesca would count for. Who would Nesca count for last year?
I don't think he will count for anybody.
You think?
Uh, yeah, no, I think he just plays too many characters at the top level. So
Yeah, now that
yeah,
when you think of Nesca, who do you? I actually legit.
I mean, I think admit personally, I think of Taker, right? And I feel like most people think of Taker,
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna say S, Tega, or Subaki. Those three. One of those three, I would say. But S and
I
Tega
mean,
definitely more so.
yeah, no, for sure. But like, I feel like, as I said, he also has a very good Susano,
Yeah.
very good Mai, right? So like, he's just one of those guys where like I feel like it's not completely fair to say whether like we're gonna put one specific character to represent this player,
Right.
right? So yeah, no, I understand. Maybe to just count Dennis for this,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Um.
then you have Mu, Azrael, right? Mu, I know it's Daedron. I know that for a fact. Azrael is most likely just Stardust, right?
Which one was that? Sorry.
No, no, I said like Mu and Azrael, right? Mu for sure Daedron, and
Oh
Azrael
yeah.
is for sure Stardust,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kokanoe is
Gion,
probably
Gion. I think Gion is like
Gyun.
highly rated for the most
Okay. Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For Jin, I don't think I'm included in this one at the moment because at the time I don't think I was above 1400. I think this is Ice, um, Shackle, and who's the last one? Unless it was me, but I don't think I was above 1400 this time. Ice, Shackle, and not Raid. Was Raid playing in online this one back then?
No, 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 no. Raid just started playing.
Maybe Predog.
Just,
But I thought Predog would have been the
I
Ragnar.
mean, maybe just Ice and G's most likely.
Oh, Jeez, of course,
And
yeah, Ice, Jeez, and
yeah, yeah.
who's the last person I just said? I just forgot them.
I don't remember myself.
Bro, I literally just said it. Ice, Shackle, Ice, Shackle, and Jeez. That's it. Yeah,
Shackle.
bro.
Yeah, there you
My
go.
memory, bro.
You forgot about the one OD G's, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, those
You
three.
forgot Jin himself, Jin
Bro,
Kisaragi.
chill. I forgot Jesus, bro. Chill, relax. So yeah, why is wait, hang
What?
on? Why is Nami's line pink? I just realized. Why is the number two pink? What the hell?
Yeah,
That's so
nah. I
random.
mean, I just think Baho is just weird, bro. It's not that deep.
Oh my god.
I feel like this like the hatred line. You feel
Yeah,
me? You got
maybe.
Nami,
Yeah.
you got Rachel, you got Carl, you got Kune, you
True.
got shit. You got Tao.
True. Top tier towel.
Tao has-
Top tier towel. So yeah, Lychee,
but yeah,
obviously, that was probably what's his name, Zag. Izanami, we've got Star and Byakare probably. Jube is probably what's his name,
Solid
Solinth
or
and
whatever whatever you say his name,
I don't know who
and
the next one is.
Swa most
Oh, okay.
likely.
I don't think they play anymore, right?
I mean they're playing locals as
Ah,
far as
okay,
I'm aware.
cool.
They play in locals, but they don't play online. No.
Yeah. Makoto's
Yeah.
Drave and Yuso probably maybe
And
Esprit.
owner and no, it's
Oh,
most
oh no.
likely Drafe and Omer.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
Escrit and Yusa will probably be below 1400 then. That makes sense.
mm, maybe.
Um, like
And
we said before, we got the four. We got Hoon, Black Lotus, Hey Halo, and Montez are the four probably. Actually, would Montez
yeah,
be above 1400? I don't think
I don't.
so.
I mean, shit, man. I can check right now.
Yeah, check real quick.
I
I don't
got
think
the.
he would, so I guess it'll be someone else.
Nah, he ain't. He ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I do wanted to mention though,
Mm.
that if you notice, like at the bottom of the chart, a lot of these characters are mostly setup characters, right? Like
Mm.
characters that in which you need to know like a lot of setups for them to like
True.
function really
Lychee,
well,
Mew,
right? Yeah,
Kokonoe,
Lychee, Mew,
Relius.
Kokodoe, Nu, Relius to
Yeah.
some degree, right? All of these characters are very setup heavy, very combo heavy. I will say like knowing like a lot of combos,
Yeah,
right?
even on the
Especially
one
this.
above, to be honest, is Nami, Carl,
Yeah, even
and
yeah, for
Rachel.
sure.
Yeah.
Even like some of the characters above, right? So not that they're hard per se, not saying like a difficulty type thing, but for sure like it is not easy to get into,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's an
especially
extra aspect to learn essentially.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Like if I'm trying to like, okay, I just booted up Plays Blue, right? Man, I want to play Blue 12, and I see that I need to know like 20 different setups to do, a couple of basic things that I can just pick Lambda 11
Yeah.
and just start doing shit for it. Like yeah, I'm gonna just pick Lambda 11,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's something that you notice like up top with those characters that like a lot of those characters at the top they have very very good autopilot options,
Right.
right? Well, it's Lambda because she has 6B, the bane of everybody's existence,
I hate
right?
that move so
You
much.
have, I know, bro, me too.
What?
Bro, I hate Lambda.
That's
Get that ass
crazy.
man. Nah, bro, I hate playing against Lambda. Don't worry, bro.
That's crazy.
I only play her because she's broken. It's not that deep.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like you have Lambda with 6B, Rekka, Cheeto, uh, a bunch of setups, like really good Oki, right?
Hmm.
And that are somewhat easy to do, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really require effort for the most part. Like unless you want to do like the hard stuff, like that. Why would you do the hard stuff when you got the easy stuff
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
start with, right? Then you have Naoto, insane 5/8 stagger pressure
Yeah.
and very easy to just do,
Yeah.
right?
I think a lot of people just play
Reckless
his
is
combos, want to do his combos as well, because they are very cool, to be fair.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I mean, you have 6A, you have Rekkas, you have 6B just existing,
Yeah.
right? And then I feel like with 9, it's like somewhat similar, right? Where it's like somewhat easy to not saying per se like pick up and just play, but you have very easy autopilot options,
Mm-hmm.
right? Things that you can just do and it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're solid.
I mean,
Right?
we can
Bullet? Yeah,
we
tell me,
can,
sorry.
we can call it what it is with 9, bro. It's the goons, bro. We can be honest, bro.
It's the Coolers, bro.
It's the
Shit,
goon. It's the
man.
gooners, bro. Let's be real about it.
Dick and hand gameplay. Bro. I agree, bro. I
The
agree, bro.
single hand controller type beat, bro.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Single hand on D-pad, bro.
Stop playing, bro.
Same applies for fucking Bullet, right?
Low key.
Same applies for Bullet, but I'm not too sure why Bullet is so high, personally.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe because her combos are somewhat easy. I don't think Bullet combos are particularly hard, for the most part.
I didn't think she was
She
that
is like
popular,
a
yeah.
very linear character as well, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's because of that, like due to her linearity. A lot of people are like inclined to just play her like a decent amount. I would say.
Yeah.
Potentially, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm not too sure on that. Hakumen is just Hawk.
Hakumen's everyone just wants to do damage, yeah. Everyone's like, I don't see that. I don't do that damage.
Do you mind if I just take a call real quick?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm back. Sorry for that.
Good.
Apparently, some delivery is gonna happen like at 8 my time, so like in 15 minutes.
Okay, cool, no problem. We should be done by then. So.
Yeah.
No
Yeah. Anyways, going back to this, yeah, I feel like all the characters on top make sense.
Yeah.
Right? For the most part, like maybe Bullet is like the weird one here, but
yeah, the rest of them are
But, like,
pretty kind of
yeah, but for sure, like all of the rest, like completely
Mm.
makes sense for me. Like,
I think next year or at the end of this year, if Maho does it again, he should definitely include like from the bottom though, not just 1400 plus. Because it'll be interesting to get like a full picture.
Uh, I do like the perspective from 1400 because I would say like for 1400 you're like sure like intermediate,
Oh,
right? You're
people
like
like know how
okay,
to play the game and shit.
yeah, like you're already
Mm.
like are aware, of the game. You play for like at least like a decent, right?
That makes sense, to be fair.
Uh,
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it like that.
yeah, yeah. So like I do think like having a metric less so
Mm.
on people who just pick up the game and go, right, but more so like oh okay, these are the characters that people who play the game play, right? If that
Yeah.
makes any sense,
Well, if he was,
right?
if he really wanted to get like super, what's the word, detailed with it, what he could do is number of people who, so you're only counted toward the average, and this chart if you play in X number of weeklies or something, That way
Right.
it would be still beginners who play the game, like they're just not like skilled or whatever, but it's not just counting people who like play for 2 weeks in a weekly and then don't play for the rest of the year. Do you know what I'm saying? That way it
Yeah.
would still
Yeah.
get
No,
a
I
full
get you.
picture of like who's actually playing and what they're playing and how well
Yeah.
they're playing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. No,
obviously,
for sure. For
that's
sure.
that's up to my heart. Or maybe I'll do it. Maybe probably not, but I could. The thought is there.
Eh, maybe.
Um,
One thing. Sorry to change the
no, go ahead.
route of the conversation. But one thing that just like it just popped in my head. I was wondering like, oh, why is Izayori so low?
Mm,
Because like we talked about like like the setup characters, right? You have like Lychee, Boo, Kokodo, and Nu, right?
mm-hmm.
Aurelius, right? Like we all can somewhat understand why they're so low, right?
Yeah.
Uh Same applies for Taegun, Azrael, and Nu, because I feel like and Celica, I feel like people tend to think they're weaker, right?
Mm,
So by of course, like how things work, people will try to avoid those characters,
mm-hmm.
right? But if so, I was thinking about it, it's like doesn't make much sense, right? You have like a strong character,
Mm,
right, who is somewhat easy, right, and doesn't really require setups or like a lot of combos to know,
mm-hmm.
right? So I was wondering, what should be down there, right? But I think the main thing is just mostly hover dash, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people just are not used to the concept of hover dashing, right? Or using like hover dash as a neutral tool,
Yeah.
right? Because you do have to change how you function in neutral with that in mind, right?
No, definitely.
Like you have. I mean, I say this myself because I played for a decade,
Yeah.
right? Like you do have to completely like rewire how neutral works in your head, right? Like what options you have, what options you don't have, right? Because of you just simply have a hover dash, right?
No, for sure.
So
That makes sense. I think also
yeah,
like the whole, like you said, the hover dash and the mode change, like going from prioritizing getting stocks to prioritizing getting in and then mixing up. It's not necessarily like a complete different change, but it does. There is not a lack of consistency because you're consistently trying to do the same thing, like get stocks and then change and then mix and damage and
yeah,
whatever.
no,
But
exactly,
the change in like the two flow states, I guess, are kind of
yeah,
might put beginners off. Do you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, no, for sure, for sure, for sure.
So,
I do. Yeah, no, for sure. Like you cannot play the same way with Iso at all times, right?
yeah, like,
Well, I do
exactly. Yeah.
think that applies to most characters in this game. You can't really play the same way against like every matchup, right? But I feel like that's especially true for Iso,
Yeah.
right? Because like in some matchups, I know for a fact that you'll see people like SKD or Swa who just go into gain arts without any stocks, right? And then that is just to use their mobility,
Mm,
right? The actual bonus mobility that you get from hover dash, right?
right.
And or they'll switch back, to do a combo or whatnot,
Mm,
right? It's like that type of adaptation, that type of situational awareness,
yeah.
right? That you do need to have to play the character at a decent level, right? And more so like compared to a lot of characters,
Mm.
that. Uh, let's ignore all the neutral skips and whatnot though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True.
Let's
That is
ignore
actually,
just
is that the only true neutral skip character in the game? The teleports and shit.
I mean, hot take. I don't think Bang is that much different, but I
Oh, the
digress.
nails and shit, right? Yeah, low
I digress.
key, low key. But let's stop before Maho and Kobe
Yeah. No,
send
let's stop. Let's stop.
send ninjas to our
Let's stop.
houses, because
Let's not talk about.
low key you spitting though. You know what? As well is kind of a neutral skip, but people don't regard as a neutral skip because you're not moving forward. Zoners, bro.
Wait. I mean, I agree. No, no, no. I agree. I agree. No, no, no. That's literally Lambda's game plan. You just. That's why I say like Lambda's stupid because she puts you on wheels. You won. You won. You effectively won neutral.
Yeah.
She's in. Yeah. No, and she has like one of the best autopilot pressures in the game.
Yeah, I hate
Right.
her so much.
No, I agree. No, like the fact that she has like a command dash that she can just TRM you from,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Eureka, right?
bro.
Which you're trying to react to the dash. Oh, that's crazy. I can just do the Eureka.
Yeah. Super annoying.
Or like there is a fixed timing to the fuzzy, but it's like
Yeah.
very tight
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Still very tight.
Um,
You
you
can
have
you can you
speed.
can check like all three options, but you have to. But then the delay low does mess
No,
up
no,
the
exactly. No,
timing.
the lay
So
low completely screws you up. Don't worry.
yeah,
No, 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 no. Like, and the thing in the corner, the delay low does 4K.
yeah, it's long.
Like, yeah, mid screen, yeah, sure, you're not really getting much. Like, you're getting corner carry though, which is at the end of the day her win condition,
Mm.
right? So it's I wouldn't say like it's all good, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like I'm not gonna get too much into specifics, but like it's such a good, strong like core game plan,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And that applies as well to characters like Rachel, right?
Yep.
Who you block like a how was it like a 2-1-4C, right?
Mm.
At a nice spacing, or like she just does IAD win 60.
Yeah,
Like she's in your face.
yeah, yeah.
And now
And
she's got a 50-50 you twice.
literally, long as hell.
Yeah.
Long day. And
Yeah,
don't
for
forget
sure.
Valk. I'm not. Listen, I know people thought I was gonna forget. Don't forget Valk, bro. That guy,
No, don't talk. Let's not talk about Valk. Let's not talk about Valk because I'm gonna go insane. I'm actually gonna go like schizo as hell. Talking
bro.
about Valk.
Oh, whiff cancels. That's what I'm gonna say, bro. Imagine having whiff
Yeah,
cancels.
no.
You know, obviously,
Tell
like
me.
the players who play that character are very, very good. Like I have a lot of respect for Kibber, especially like as a fighting game player.
No, for sure.
But man,
For
that
sure, for
character
sure.
is annoying, bro. Man, that
I mean,
character.
hey, everybody can say that about every
Yeah,
player. It's
true,
not that
true,
deep.
true. Not Jin though, because he's
Yeah.
balanced. Anyway,
Yeah, no, J2C.
so
Yeah, what is J2C?
what
What
is
is a
J? Bro,
J2C,
it's
bro?
not even. Yeah, that shit sucks. But
Yo,
yeah, no,
mid
it's
tier, bro.
it's interesting like having like this retrospective and like looking at what the characters rep is like in Europe. I don't know if it was going to
Yeah,
be that much different next year. I think we're getting quite a new. It's always surprising to me looking at the beginner pen. I'm always seeing new names, which is really interesting to me because
yeah, it's really nice. Yeah,
yeah, it's
it's really nice
nice, and
with
I'm
all
trying to
these guys
do
who are so interested in Blaze Blue,
yeah for
right?
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm trying to keep them interested in like. So I'm trying to do with this beginner boot camp thing where I'm like playing
Right.
against them and like helping like sort of trying to give a direct advice so that they can sort of have a clear line of improvement rather than just playing and playing. Obviously, for me, when I was in the beginner pen, because I play Dragon Ball like it very intensely and like when I'm really into a game, I always hyperfixate on it and like try to improve. So for me, it was
Right.
very easy to see and like, sorry, not even see. It was very easy for me to search on what I needed to improve, like reflect on what I needed to
Yeah.
improve.
Yeah.
But a lot of
Yeah.
people, the reflecting part is hard. But once they can see that, it's their progression track is quite well done. There's a lot of
Uh,
few names. Because a couple names in beginner pen that I'm looking forward to like seeing the progression. Veldred is one of them for sure. And Pimpo, those two I'm really really looking forward to seeing them play more. Um, and the rest of them have also hopefully they'll be here next week when I do the next boot camp. But there's a lot of like good players coming through there, and hopefully they keep coming,
yeah, for
and this
sure.
chart changes up next time.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm surprised that like we still got a lot of new players coming because I came when like the Strife Player Refuge happened, right?
Mm.
We call it like June 10th, right?
June 10th is
Right? We remember the
crazy.
date. We remember the date because it was like the worst patch. I've been playing Arx's games for like a decade. That had to be like maybe like top two worst patches I've ever seen in my life.
Nah, referring to a fighting game patch as the date is actually insane,
Yeah,
bro.
nah. The June 10th incident is still like a genuine. You ask any Strive top player has been right. You ask them about June 10th, they will all have like
Yo, that's
on my
actually
life.
mad funny, bro. June
Nah, but
10th.
like I feel like a lot of players like from Strive went to Blaze Blue, right?
Mm,
I know like a bunch of them, right? That
mm,
started playing Blaze Blue, because of that, right? Because they're like, this game's flushed now. Let me go to the next thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, a lot of
The
guys
the
went to
next
Blaze
thing,
Blue,
which
like,
was the previous thing.
yeah, the next thing, which was the previous
All right,
thing.
I can't even talk shit. I was
Exactly.
playing Dragon Ball when I played this shit, so well, I
Yeah,
guess wait,
nah,
what
but I feel
time? What
like,
year did BBCF come out?
sorry.
What year did BBCF come out? Wasn't it 2018?
I mean, 2015 in arcades, 2017 in home,
Ah, okay.
around it,
So
if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, not that far going back to be fair, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, still a decent while for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I do think, yeah, no, I do think, what is it like? Especially with Dragon Ball, right? I feel like you can transition decently well into
Mm,
Blaze Blue,
mm.
right? I mean, you tell me from experience, right?
No, I
Uh,
definitely think so. I actually think, well, I didn't play Strive too much, and I played it after BBCF. But one thing that I noticed when I went from BBCF to Strive to like try out for a bit, was that movement was not as fluid in Strive at all.
no, for sure. No,
Whereas,
it is. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
whereas in Dragon Ball, it's a lot more. It's the movement is a lot similar there. Like there's
Yeah,
runs essentially in both of them. Obviously not every character, but my characters in basically do have runs, and then air dashing as well is also smoother in both games than Strive because of the whole
yeah,
I don't know what to call it, the sigil that appears. It's kind of like a delayed air dash. It's kind of weird, but but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like, I mean, Strive is mostly a grounded game, right? You do have to
Mm,
take that in
mm,
consideration, right? Like, it's not a traditional anime fighting game at all,
yeah.
right? Like, surprisingly, many people think it is. It isn't. Like, this
Mm-hmm.
is coming from a previous Strive top player.
Yeah.
Like, trying to like compare it to like something like Plus R or Blaze Blue. Nah, this is nothing like it, right? Like, what you need to be good at Strive is not what you need. What you to be good in Blaze Blue for
Yeah.
sure. Like, that's why you like even to this day you see like a lot of guys who were like formerly like insane in like older titles like in Exort or like in Plus R, right? Or like Vanilla AC, right?
Mm,
Uh, they don't do that well in Strife, right?
mm-hmm.
And it's not like a lot of times it's not even the question of being old. It's just the question, just yeah, just
Different skill
you
set.
don't. Yeah, it's just a different skill set and a
Mm,
lack of adaptation, right?
yeah. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So this is something why I love Blaze Blue so much. It's basically what I've been doing my entire life.
Yeah.
Like
Makes sense.
like completely different game, but like the skills that I were using in Blaze Blue are like the same skills I've been using in Persona, the same skills I've been using
Mm,
um in AC, right? So on
mm-hmm.
and so forth.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, I do have to go mute
Yeah,
for a
your
bit.
delivery, right?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, if you don't mind waiting like 5 minutes
I
or
mean,
so,
to be
because
fair, I think that's the end of this. There's not really much else to add to discussion. I think so. We could actually probably just end it here if you want to do that real quick.
I mean, up to you. Up to you. I do really need to go now.
Okay, cool.
I
Go
do really
then.
need to.
Go
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we'll
If you
talk
want
to
to
each
stay in
other.
VC like in for five, like just wait for me for 5 minutes is cool. If you just want to leave, you can do your own thing.
Okay, cool. I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right, BRB.
Unfortunately, Villain's delivery still hasn't come yet, so he's told me I can just sign off the video and we'll be done with that. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you watched the whole way, I appreciate you very, very much. Sorry this one took a really long time, but hopefully, I'll have another one maybe next month or sometime if we find something else to talk about. We find a good time for it. Also, I should, fingers crossed, have Maya's video out this month and then hopefully Nine the next month. But yeah, that's been this video talking about character rep in EU over the last year, 2023. Thank you. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Comment if you found something interesting or wanted to say something about your region. If not, all the best. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Peace.